one last question in, because if Tony didn't ask this question, I don't know what he's going to ask, but Tony wrote a great book about LeBron James,
Oh,
and I was going to ask a question. Tony, you're up.
Yeah, Ben, I'm sorry I missed the first half of your presentation today.
oh, good.
Some work problems, but yeah, obsessed with basketball. Grad school thesis was about college basketball. Wrote the
Oh,
book as Scott mentioned. I'm a ghostwriter, book writer, speech writer who works with athletes and executives. But every athlete or coach I've worked for, or written for, or advised, or whatever, they've all been retired. And
hmm.
so my question for you, outside of just on-court performance, because obviously you've been around guys who are going through it. What is the biggest or some of the biggest stressors in their life beyond just performance on the court?
Yeah. So first, it's between the ears, right? So a lot of the times they've got to navigate their own brains, right, and what's happening inside there and their expectations. So I think expectations can ruin a lot of careers. They get drafted number one, and they are actually not a franchise player, right? They're not, a life or generational changer like LeBron James, right? You expect, I was drafted number one, I got to be just like LeBron. Now you're putting this extra pressure on yourself. So that's one. Two, I think it's the people that are closest to them. We can call them family or community or whatever, but like, what's that saying? You are a makeup of the five people that you're closest to. That's a real thing, especially in those spaces, just because you're very malleable, right? It's easy to shut out the world, but you still have to receive something from somewhere. So if those five people around you are not providing you positive feedback, right? Maybe there's three people giving you positive feedback and two giving you reality, right? That's not going to be helpful for you. And I've seen that become the downfall of a lot of people. And then the last piece I think is, they're so young. And so being young and having a lot of wants can start to drown out the reason that you're here, right? I think we forget, or they forget sometimes, what got them here. Right? And so you'll see this rising set has this crazy trajectory at 13, 14, right? And they were supposed to be, the next LeBron or whoever it is, right? And they end up getting to the next space and they kind of dwindle out because, again, they started to pursue things that weren't on the list when they were 13 or 14, right? They reshuffled their values, and now it's all the shiny stuff, right? It's all the distractions that typically take them out, right? And we would always say the lion is always chasing you. And it's, your job to be aware of where they are, so that you can navigate around it. So those three things right there, I think, are like major stressors outside of the game.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking if He Got Game, as you were kind of talking about that, if anybody's ever seen that movie, but I think that kind of
Yeah,
summarizes a lot of it. Cool.
heck yeah, 100%.